All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the episode of Drama Chats. So this afternoon, Katie and I have a special guest with us. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Lewis. I'm a special guest, and I know that I have kind of made it big with these Instagram videos that we've done at the library, but this is my way to give back. So
we appreciate it, Lou.
We appreciate it.
So I know you do, and I'm happy to help you guys out.
I'm glad.
So I'm just
Happy
glad to be
here.
able to be here for you guys, to support you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Lou. All right, and the three of us are going to be discussing the 2024 Japanese film, The Parades. And The Parades, we all watched it on Netflix. So if you are interested after this conversation, that's where you can watch it. And as always, there will be spoilers moving forward.
I watched it on my computer.
Yeah, but you watched it on Netflix. On your computer.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
All right. So The Parade stars Masami Nagasawa, Kentaro Sagaguchi, Ryusei Yokohama, and Lily Frank as Michael. Or is it? Now I think I wrote that wrong.
No, it was Lily Frank.
Okay, Lily Frankie, sorry, as Michael. Shinobu Terajima, Tetsushi Tanaka, and Nana Mori. And Nana Mori and Tetsushi Tanaka also, their character names are their names. So, yeah, Tanaka plays Tanaka and Nana Mori plays Nana. So, just a brief discussion of what the film is about. So, the main character is a woman named Minako who perishes in a tsunami.
It's the 2011 earthquake and tsunami.
Yeah, and she gets separated from her son. And so while she is searching for him, she realizes that she has indeed passed. And it's about her processing that knowledge. And she meets a group of characters who are also all deceased. And they sort of exist in it is an afterlife, but they haven't yet gone on to heaven. So it's kind of like not a limbo state, but they haven't yet moved on because they're all suffering from some form of regret, or they have something that is holding them back, making them unable to cross over and go into heaven. So
Yes,
that's like the basic.
And the
summary.
group that are there before Minako, they all died in different times from different reasons, not from the 2011 earthquake
So
and tsunami,
she is the victim of the tsunami. The other characters,
which I liked.
Yeah, they all perished. So there's like a Yakuza character who died in a
Shiori.
gunfight.
I felt so bad for Shiori.
Yeah, and the other woman, the older woman,
Karu.
It's not really explained how she passed, but she did pass. I don't think it was ever really much detail was gone into how she passed.
She probably was just an older woman that just.
So, and the character Michael is a film producer. He was involved in the student protests of the 1970s.
Vietnam.
However, he wasn't 100% committed to the protests, and he ended up abandoning the protests and also abandoning the woman whom he loved, and he became a film producer. He had a really great career, but his regret was never truly apologizing to the woman whom he abandoned, and also the fact that he abandoned the student protests and he abandoned his friend and all that.
I think it was more of the fact that he abandoned her.
Yeah.
What he regretted.
So, and then Nana is a teenager who's a victim of bullying.
Those kids were brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the interesting twist to the story, and
It's
again,
too
as I
bad they
mentioned
couldn't,
early,
haunt her. It's too bad she couldn't haunt them and be like kind of mess with them a little
that's
bit.
what I thought would kind of happen, but
No, this movie is too lighthearted for that.
It's too bad.
yeah. So, but the reveal at the end is that Nana is just in a coma.
Yeah.
Which is also nice because it gives her a chance to sort of start over. We don't know, it's sort of, the film jumps between when we see her awaken from the coma and that a certain amount of years has passed and she's a film producer, which I liked. That, because she does a little acting in the film to help Michael, which is one of the sweeter moments of the film. Lou is not impressed. But anyway.
Lou is just not that sentimental.
Yeah,
it's okay.
the really sweet moments are when they're all like together, when they're helping each other out, and Nana is inspired by Michael to become a film producer, to become a writer,
A director.
and her debut film is the story of the people she met in the afterlife. So it was very sweet. I liked that. I
Yes.
liked that it ended in that way, and in many ways, Michael kind of lived on as
Yeah.
well. Like he was able to kind of complete his films, so to speak. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was very nice. I liked the ending, that there still is that note of hope, and yeah, I liked it.
And closure for Rio, too.
Yeah, who is Minako's her name is
Son.
Mina. Yeah, her son. Who thankfully didn't pass, but they got separated and he moves on. I'm not sure if his father ever enters the picture again. That's not
No, his father
clear.
is out of the picture.
But yeah. So what were your thoughts, Lou, on the film?
You know,
I ask.
my thoughts are as follows. I didn't dislike it. Some of the emotional stuff, I did feel emotions towards.
Okay.
Especially when Nana sees the other girl getting bullied,
Yeah.
and
her friend.
just how upset she was, and just how cruel those kids were. That like invoked some emotion in me. You know, so the whole thing about them having regrets, though, like the main woman,
Minika.
her regret was leaving her son,
Yeah.
but
And not
she
living.
didn't really leave him. There was an earthquake.
No, I saw it as the regret because after she's killed by the tsunami, because she was going to pick him up from school, so she never arrived at the school to pick him up.
Because she
essentially.
got swept away.
Because she got killed during the tsunami. So there was that separation. I think also part of her guilt too was, I think there's a montage when she's thinking back to his conception, his birth, and you see scenes where this is after the husband has left, and there's moments where she's like short-tempered with him.
Yeah.
So
I thought that would have been stronger. I thought that would have been a little stronger if they went with that. And
I sort of thought, though, that was an element of her
that
guilt.
was definitely an element of her guilt.
That's
because
how
she,
I took
she
it.
tells
Yeah.
the author, Tanaka,
Yes.
that she regrets leaving her son, but she also regrets not living a more fulfilled life with her son.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I mean, that's how I understood it. That it was a lot of like guilt in that regard.
I also loved the scene with for some reason it still had 45 minutes left when this scene happened.
Yeah.
When she finds her son.
Oh my God.
And then, you know, the light flickers and everything,
Yeah.
and somehow maybe he's on the brink of death or something like that, so he can actually see her and talk to her. But, like, man, you built up for over an hour and a half to this moment of her finding him, and then you still had 45 minutes left. I was like, I thought that was the emotional jolt right there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, the stuff at the end was a little fluffy for me, like the Nana girl being in a coma and then waking up, like, I don't know, like,
I can understand what you mean by that.
don't get me wrong, I liked it though. I did like it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funnier than I anticipated too. The director guy or the producer guy is hilarious.
Yeah, Michael.
And I really like Shori.
Yeah.
I liked his story and kind of like, you know, his acceptance of everything. I thought was a really nice thing to see. And you don't. I wish you kind of saw it with the other characters. You do see it at the end with the producer guy, but you don't really see it at the end with the rest of them. Like the main character, she has that moment with her son and then sticks around.
Yeah, to help others.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tanaka is the guide that takes them to the other side.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
Okori
Tetsushi
or
Tanaka, is the guide.
Akira is
Akira,
the
yeah.
is the author.
Yeah, he's
My mistake.
yeah, he I understand that. I could see how Minako reuniting with Rio could be a conclusion. The one thing, I mean, and I know that sometimes films and there's not everything is clean cut and not everything is resolved. I kind of feel though, had it ended just with that, well, what about the other characters who are still pretty much
that's an excellent point. And honestly,
Yeah.
if it had ended right there
Yeah.
with the son, I'd probably be sitting here and saying I want to know what happens with the other people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
because one of the things I loved about this film is that it addresses the sort of the desire to never be forgotten. So if you have Akira's character who died very young, he had some illness that kept him bedridden, and he was a story writer. His father eventually is working on a story because he says, my father sort of stopped working on this, but after he lost me, he's picked it up again, and Akira is happy about that.
Yeah.
And also Akira is very much the archivist of this sort of afterlife because he's the one who's writing down all their stories. And I wonder how long he's been there because you get the feeling that he has written many
Oh yeah, you
stories.
saw the way that room was.
Yeah. So I don't know for how long he's been sort of in this state of not moving on. But
But what
it's,
was the reason he didn't move on though? That was another thing that was kind of like,
I
He
kind
felt
of
that he couldn't move on because of the way he had acted toward his father when he was
when
living.
he was on his deathbed though, like
Did you notice the indents in the wall?
yeah.
So I think that was from him.
it's also cultural.
Yeah.
The not that I know, I don't want to sound like I'm an expert, but it basically the fact that you're filial, you have obligations towards your parents. So I think maybe if it were made in our culture, that probably wouldn't be
Yeah.
the
regret per se because we don't necessarily have the same thing around family and like those kinds of obligations. But I think that's what
he didn't
it
even
was.
say that. He didn't even say
It could-
like I regret not being there to help my parents with the farm.
Yeah.
It could be assumed because he does mention that they are farmers, and the fact that he was bedridden, he couldn't contribute. And
Yeah.
granted, it's not his fault; he didn't choose to have an illness. But I think when you're suffering, you
Still
don't
feel guilty for it.
you
so.
don't see it that way. You
Yeah.
just see like I am this burden on my parents who are already burdened with the responsibilities of a farm. I can't contribute anything.
And
I feel you.
I
Yeah.
believe he does. Akira does say that he will only feel better to move on until his father is done completing
Yeah,
the story that he's writing about him. Because
yeah,
it is a story about his son.
yeah. And he seems also like he has a purpose also within the afterlife, like just like Tanaka. And I kind of assumed that Tanaka was special after Shori says, "I'm ready."
Yeah.
And you see Tanaka standing in the doorway.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I forgot how it's translated, like what the Netflix subs call him. But I thought, oh, maybe he's
Marshal.
this. Yeah.
Or a warden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw him as like this angelic figure who's there to sort of like wait for you to sort of move on and he'll help you, with that. But yeah, so the whole idea about never being forgotten, like even when we think about it, when we bury our own loved ones, we give them memorial stones. We talk about them. It's a way for, even though they've passed, they live on and are never forgotten. And when you think about people in like the potter's field that we have, these are people that have essentially been forgotten. There's no one to remember them and to tell their stories. So that's what I kind of loved about Akira and the role that he fulfills, where he's ensuring that even though you've passed, you'll never be forgotten. Another beautiful moment I love is when Minako first goes to the parades. And it's such a beautiful scene, the way it's shot, the reflection of the stars in the water, the music at that moment. And I love how even in the afterlife, people from all walks of life, because you see a firefighter, you see nurses, you see everyone, and
You
how
see
there's
two
equality
women- you
in
see
death.
Two women in kimonos, almost
Yeah.
looking like geisha women.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're from other time periods too.
Yeah, so I like it how in death we're all equal, and in death you help one another because they're helping them reunite.
Yeah.
And also, I guess the notion that even the afterlife, you can get separated because it's loved ones reuniting,
Yeah.
you know, in the afterlife. So those are the moments that I loved. And
Well, so that's a question I have too.
yeah,
So the old guy that sees his family, is the family dead too?
yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes, that's how I understood it. Unless I'm wrong,
Because like
I thought
like
I don't know.
the other people, some of the other people that were like finding the person that they were looking for, those people weren't dead all the time.
And I could be wrong. Maybe they aren't.
There's also
But they acknowledged him though, so
Right.
that's what made me think they were
so
dead.
Yeah.
also too though in Japanese culture, and I'm not by any means an expert in Japanese culture or anything like that. They believe that those who can see spirits are very young children and the elderly. And there's also a time when and Akira kind of sort of like explains this when they're first parading down, that almost like the veil between the living and the dead is thinned on the night of the new moon. So I didn't read it as the older man's family had also died in the tsunami. I read it as them seeing him and him apologizing that he couldn't protect them. So I mean, even with that though, it to me reads that the entire family died in the earthquake and the tsunami.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's
So that explains why she's able to communicate with her son
Yes.
on that night too.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's alive,
Yes.
Yeah.
obviously, because
Yeah.
he lives at the end. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also loved how they're in an abandoned amusement park.
Yes, and
And
you
I-
don't see that it's abandoned until the end of the movie.
Well, you don't see how overgrown it is,
Yeah.
but you know it's abandoned. Because I was thinking about what the choice behind the amusement park, like why they chose that, because you don't see what the other communities look like per se. Like
Yeah.
this group of people just are inhabiting this abandoned theme park. That's sort of where they made their home, and they live in these in those homes. But I like the fact that it's something that's been forgotten.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think they've been forgotten, because you can see that their loved ones, like for Kaori, she has her children, and like her eldest daughter, who's the one taking care of family, is pregnant. So her regret too was that she didn't live to see her daughter give birth. And I wanted to get your opinion on the scene when you finally see how abandoned everything really is, like however overgrown everything is. And then there are moments when like you see Rio in the hospital bed. And I thought it was supposed to be the same moment that his mom talks to him. And then you see Kaori's daughter, like they're all at the table and she has labor pains, and it's almost you're given the impression that there's someone there observing these moments.
Yeah, those weren't labor pains. The baby just kicked.
No, there's a scene where she goes into labor and they're rushing her to the hospital. It's toward the end of the movie.
I must have missed that scene then.
Yeah,
I was
it's-
doing laundry while I was
it's-
watching this movie.
It's toward the end of the movie, and you see all these like different moments, and there's almost a hint that they're being observed by someone whom they cannot see. But so I kind of thought also that maybe those are also the moments when they're moving on finally.
Oh yeah,
could see that.
absolutely.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Kaori can like she sees the daughter give birth, so maybe that's now she's been able
She's
to
good to
move
go.
on.
Yeah.
Like Nana is when she wakes up and she's like, you realize, oh, she's in a coma, she's not dead.
Yeah.
So like those little things, like where there's like a hint of a presence nearby. I
Yeah.
liked the that
Well,
scene as well.
I love how they represented the spirits being near is with the light.
Yeah.
The lamp in the room, how it glows, and then the presence becomes stronger, the light gets brighter.
Yeah.
I really love that representation.
Yeah.
So what made Nana wake up?
I think because she wakes up shortly after they make the movie, or they help Michael finish
Yeah.
his movie. I think it's because she finally had hope, and I think she realized that she had to be there for her friend as well. Because her friend, in addition to being horrifically bullied, she was also lost without Nana.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was realizing that she still had a purpose, that she still had a life to live, and she was needed. I think that's at least how and that's why she wakes up.
Yeah.
And she doesn't give up not give up, that's the wrong word to use. She
Well,
yeah.
no. She doesn't. She's taught.
I just don't want to
not-
assume that people like equate suicide with like you're giving up. I don't want to use the wrong term, but she basically realizes that she is needed
Yeah.
and she wakes up. And I like that because I like the fact that she had a chance to sort of make things right and she wasn't really dead. And I don't know if there's supposed to be hints that she's a little different from the other spirits or whatever. Like,
Well,
I'm not
they
even
say
sure.
something when she first gets there. I forget what now, but it like stood out to me when I saw it. They do say something, but I thought that they were alluding to suicide.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
not that, but they do say something, and it makes you think like she is a little different than them. They're like, I forget what they say, but
Okay.
You know who?
Yeah. Something like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
Michael says when he comes back from the movie theater, it's like, do you know where you like something to the effect of, do you know where you know who is and how is she doing? And
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I got that. I just thought that after she had helped Michael create his movie and help him to move on, that her confidence came back. She didn't feel alone anymore, and seeing how her friend was really struggling with these bullies that I just wanted to kick their asses. That
yeah, they should do a sequel to this, and she just goes and just goes crazy on them.
no.
The parades to Nana's revenge.
Oh my god. No, her revenge was living a very good life. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
She could go scorched earth on their asses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh goodness.
That'd be a horror movie version.
She could knuck if you buck.
Oh my good.
Not sure I used that term correctly, but I forget what you said it meant. Something about fighting, though.
Basically, that if you come to a fight, I think you better be prepared
Oh.
to fight.
Yeah, she would be knucked. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. Any closing thoughts before we give a rating?
Well, I mean, I didn't really give my thoughts on.
But I thought that's what we've been. Your thoughts?
What are your thoughts? You got some thoughts?
I do have some thoughts. I loved this
That's
movie.
what I thought you were doing all
Well,
this time.
I don't know.
Sorry.
We went to Lou, and then we kind of like
Well, it turned into a conversation, I
we
guess.
did. It
So, what
turned
are your
into a
thoughts?
Conversation. I love this movie, and I watched this movie with my mom, and we
While
cried
you were doing laundry.
while I was doing laundry. Yes.
Nice.
And I cried.
Did you do sheets too?
No, just
Whites?
clothes.
Lou. Okay, so
Do you guys
cried.
separate your whites and colored clothes?
No.
I don't either. And like some people think it's so weird.
We're getting
Like,
off
that I've
topic
talked to?
here.
So we can have this afterwards. So your thoughts. So you and your mom watched.
Yes, and she really liked it too. She really enjoyed it. But we both cried a lot in this movie. We cried when Shiori finally saw his former girlfriend and how happy she was, but then also how devastatingly sad she was on his on the anniversary of his death, and him.
How nice was
letting-
that? Yeah.
Yeah, and him
Yeah.
letting her go. We were like, we started sniffling then.
And how he was genuinely happy for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
That she
Genuinely
was going
happy.
to live a good life.
Yeah.
You know?
And then when Minako finally finds Rio, that's when we started to really cry. And then learning about Michael and his regrets, and then we really started to cry. And then my mom, because she cried so much, she got a headache, and she said, Katie, if you see Simona tomorrow, meaning today, tell her I hate her.
Unbelievable, Simone. You're causing people to get headaches. Unbelievable.
Sorry, Mom.
The only thing was Shori, and I liked him, and I really loved, like, his, I guess, what would you say, ascendance?
Yeah.
Like, when he realized everything.
His letting go of his regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, and I say this more humorously because maybe he just wasn't ready, but he says he was looking for her for 7 years. My dude, you know where she lives, obviously.
Well,
Just go there.
I don't.
Again, I'm saying it humorously.
Right,
like, I
right.
understand maybe he's just not ready to go there and
Right.
ready to move on yet.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
but you know, he says he's been looking for her for 7 years. I'm like, you seem to know where she is. So, Maybe choose your words.
But that's because he followed her
Yeah, that
when
is
she
because-
went to his
But
memorial.
wouldn't he know where she lives?
Not unless she moved from where they had been previously living.
Unless
She
you
bounced, maybe.
unless you like assuming maybe she moved from where they had been living before, or maybe even like in death, you like since there is that literal separation, maybe that's why he could not find
Maybe, yeah.
her.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't that
I don't
because-
know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
Like I don't know.
because he was able to find his father. You know,
That's true.
He was able to find his father
did
fairly
find Pops.
easily, and the
But is that what he says? I've been looking for her for 7 years.
I think
He says he's been there for 7 years,
Yeah.
and the thing that's going to help him get out of there is he
Is-
wants to find her.
right, and
Although
I think,
he does say that he's like avoiding it because he wants to be able to hold her.
right.
Yeah.
I think he was
So-
being sarcastic in his responses. I don't. Yeah, I think it
Oh.
was just his attitude. But Shiori is definitely my favorite character. In
Also,
this
let's do a
movie.
prequel with him
Yeah.
as a member of the Yakuza,
Oh.
and the because it sounds like he had a pretty epic death.
He was shot to death.
That's epic to me. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I,
But yes, I loved this movie.
If you could
I
die
would
in
watch
any
this
way, I
movie
mean, would you
again.
want to die asleep in your bed, or would you want to die in a gunfight as
Asleep.
a member of the Yakuza?
A very old woman asleep
well, as
in
a
my
woman,
bed.
we couldn't be a member of the Yakuza.
All right, well, we'll put you guys in a different mob.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, die in my bed peacefully is,
Yes.
is the way to go.
Yeah,
Oh, there's just nothing epic about that.
Well,
that's okay.
you can die epically.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Die epically.
Now, granted, it's not going to happen. I'm going to be like, 75 years old and just have a heart attack or something. But
Lou,
what
don't-
I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend it's like Gladiator.
Lou,
Be
don't
like,
say
Louisa,
that.
play the song real quick. I'm going to walk down the hallway here. Bada bing, bada boom. We're good.
No.
Don't say that, Lou.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Lou. You're gonna live a very long time.
Sure.
All right. So, are we
Yes.
ready to give reviews?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, let's rate it out of parades, or unless someone wants a different thing.
Lanterns.
Lanterns. Okay.
Lanterns.
Yeah, lanterns are better. Parades.
As if you were going to contribute. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Lanterns. Okay. All right. So you guys can go first.
Out of 5 lanterns?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this 4. Honestly, I did enjoy it. I know I'm poking fun at it. I know I'm trying to find holes in it, but I generally enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I did think there was a lot of emotional heft. Do I think it could have been probably 25 to 30 minutes shorter? Yes, but I still enjoyed it, and I think most people would.
Yes. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5 lanterns because I do agree with the runtime. I think the runtime is too long. And I feel like the emotional impact of Minako finding her son towards the end of the movie would have been a little more impactful. Yes. So I feel like the but the pace was good. The story was great. Characters were great. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5 lanterns.
So I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 lanterns. Like I really enjoyed this movie. It's a movie that I've been meaning to watch for some time. Like when I first saw the trailer for it, I was like, "Oh, this would be such a great film to watch." And I'm glad that I finally got around to doing so. It was a very long film, but I don't really know how it could have been shortened. Like a lot of the times like I can't necessarily view that critically. Like if you had cut this out, it would have been shorter. Because like I mean, I don't know. Like
I just think it could have been tighter.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I do agree. Like what I will say is, had it ended with Minako finding Rio, then it would have been, well, what about everyone else?
Agreed.
Well, I mean, so like, couldn't they've done it this way where they helped everybody else and then she finds her son? Like Michael's parting gift to her would be to tell her that he found him.
Okay.
And then the end of the movie could be Nana, like they saying their goodbyes, and then her moving on, and then Nana waking up, and then and then having Rio have that closure older in his life. I feel like the arrangement was a little out of order to me.
I mean, me personally, I didn't really like the Nana waking up stuff and the reuniting with the families and stuff like that. Like, I didn't really like that. I mean, I think it would have been more kind of like what you're saying. I think it would have been more impactful if Rio's moment was with his mother
Yeah.
when she's coming through at that moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
just me personally, though.
No,
I
I
mean,
can definitely see that. That it probably could have ended a little differently. Maybe, or it could have just ended with Nana just waking up and then we conclude and we don't get all the, I don't know how many years later and she's reunited. Like, I can understand that too. Like, we're maybe just ending where like Nana and then it's like
Yeah.
fade out and you don't know like what happened. Like, you can guess as to what happened afterwards.
And
Yeah.
I don't like ambiguous endings, so I don't know how much I would like that. But
maybe it would have been better. I mean, and again, this is all looking at it, now and everything like that. But I wonder if maybe I would have liked it more if maybe you see her waking up and you see her becoming a producer and she makes the movie of her experience, in purgatory, for lack of a better word, and you see them all there, like they all show up for it.
Yeah.
But maybe she doesn't have the interactions with them because like the fact that
okay.
she's like interacting with them, I'm like what did you tell them?
yeah.
Like, hey, I was in a coma and saw your dead relatives. Like, I don't know. I just like
Yeah.
like there's just a little bit of that's like too much of a leap of reality for me.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
think.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us for this discussion of the parades. Thank you, Lou, for being our guest.
It was my pleasure. And I gotta tell you, Simona, I think you're becoming the new Lewis with these giving everything 5 out of 5s. Because you do it with the other podcast now and giving everything 5 out of 5s.
Don't
So-
worry. If it makes you feel better, one of our
We gotta
discussions,
find your bubble. Let's find your bubble. That's our mission. I think we gotta find your bubble.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us. As always, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.